This one is by far the simplest and easiest to understand and work with. But we started to look and work out, okay, well, we love everyone that's in the team, but how do you know people are doing the right jobs? Do you know how many people just do a job because that's what they fell into? Like, it's ridiculous how many people, and they reach a certain point and suddenly go, I'm not happy. And the whole purpose of us doing this was to identify, look, if you find out you're a different person, and if you find out you want to drive a bus, then that's brilliant. At least you've learned that. How do we then transition you to do that? The biggest one I want to share is this one here. So she had very little blaze, which is the peopleness, yeah? Loads of detail and loads of timing. So we were looking to get rid of our external accountancy company one day, and we looked, and she was the first person to answer the phone. First person on the phone every single day, phone ringing, phone ringing, phone ringing. We looked at that and thought, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, and I don't think she'll mind. She's called Sharon, right? I love Sharon to bits. Absolutely love her. And I phoned her up. When she did this, she rebelled when she found out that is not me. I'm really good with people. really good on the phone. You get two responses when you find your profile. You either go, yes, or you go, no, it's wrong. It's never wrong, just so you know. It just takes you a while to process. So, and if you heard Sharon on the phone, Sharon would be on the phone like this. She'd go, hi, it's Sharon calling from XYZ. I'm calling you regarding why. Can I speak to you? A blaze person like that would talk for 5 minutes about the weather, the football, what happened yesterday, and then the other person on the phone will go, so why are you calling? Oh yeah. It doesn't mean that you're impolite like this, it just means you're pretty much to the point, yeah? And someone might sometimes perceive you as a bit rude or abrupt, certainly not fluffy, yeah? So I phoned her up, and we found out she had a master's degree in business and finance. And we phoned her up and we said, Sharon, we're just rejigging things, we're looking at getting rid of external accountants. I noticed you've got a degree in Masters in Business and Finance. And she went, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, you're going to ask me to do the accounts. And I was like, yeah. And she went, can I do HR as well? I said, you want to do HR? Yeah. From my perspective, whoever wants to do HR, I have no idea, right? And I was like, you want to do HR? Yeah. And I was like, she was part-time. And I said, how would you like to only work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? And she's like, what, Friday and Monday off? Yeah, she went, this is the best phone call I have ever had. She said, I can't stand it in that office anymore. The phone's always ringing, and I don't know what I'm doing, and I go home every single day, and I'm like, I don't even know if I had a good day today. 2 months ago, she was adamant that she's the best person to do that role, and that she loves the job. Because we gave her a narrative to reflect upon her life and reassess things a little bit. And we did this with a couple of other people. The majority of people, generally, you do fit into your right roles. Now, as soon as she did that, she came to the office, took herself out the open office, went into a private office, said, I'm in here, it's silent, don't come in unless you've got a question for me, sits down on a desk and does all the accounts. She is so happy. And I would never have found that if I didn't start to find out who I was and who my team was, and then have the balls and the courage. Can I say that? Yeah. To ask them. Yeah, sorry. To ask them. So that moves us on to the 6 basic needs. Anyone heard of Maslow's hierarchy of needs?
Yeah.
For people, there's different variations. They're all pretty much the same. I work off this one just because I really like it. I think it's dead simple. Has anyone seen this before? Nobody. Okay, so it's really easy. At the top, certainty and uncertainty. Does someone who is freelance prefer an uncertain or a certain lifestyle? Raise your hand for uncertain. Yeah, raise your hand if you like a certain lifestyle. Nobody. Good. A couple. So he likes a bit of variety to it, yeah? Whereas if you were, and I'm generalising here, if you were in banking, in finance, and lots of detail, you're pretty much quite comfortable knowing this is where I work, I come here every day, this is what I do. People that were of that steel tendency on the left-hand side prefer much more certainty than uncertainty. I live quite fine happily having an uncertain life. I enjoy the variety of it. Significance and love and connection. Everybody wants to feel special. Everybody wants someone to say, well done, you did really good today. But everybody also likes to feel part of a team. It's that thing on a CV, I work well on my own and I'm part of a team. So my opinion is as you go through life, you will naturally balance and offset these as you go along. You'll naturally suddenly find out I'm unhappy. I need a bit more structure. Or you'll be in your job and go, I have no idea what I'm doing. Or you'll be in your job and going, this is killing me, it's so boring. But it is this lady, who I think is called Dory something, I can't remember her full name, who wrote a book. She dealt with hospice care workers. She did like 15,000 people on the deathbed. And she summarised what 15,000 people said on the deathbed into 5 regrets. That's it. I highly recommend reading it. You'll already know some of them already. The main one is, I wish I didn't work as much. And I bring this up because it's the final 2 basic needs that most people spend their life looking for that don't even know they're looking for it. And that is growth and contribution. To feel that you are better than you were yesterday, that you've learned more than you did yesterday, and to feel that you give and that people receive. That's why they say there's no such thing as a selfless act, because it feels good to give. And as an employer and as a leader, I consider it my responsibility to help people that I'm with work out those last 2. So we have initiatives at work now whereby we give clean drinking water to developing countries and to families who have no clean drinking water for every system we sell. We collect food tins from places we go to give back to the local community. We try and do little things, doing small incremental steps to help the people that we exist with in our company decide, how do you want to give? And our aim is that if our company ceased to be in a nutshell, in a heartbeat, that the world would be a worse place, not a better place. And there are quite a few companies that people could argue if they disappeared today, the world would be a kinder place, or a better place. So this quote really impacted me one day, and it really made me think about how we just say things and don't really think about it. And I want to use the same context and analogy of this quote to think about leadership. And that is that I believe it is the role of every leader to nurture everybody. You can't turn on and off leadership. And I do think management is a form of leadership. You can't turn it off, you don't get paid for it. And if anything, it's a sacrifice to be a leader. Because you eat last, you give first, you make sure everyone else is okay, because a leader quite often can see what others can't see. Like the captain on the ship says we're going that way. Not everybody understands how to get that way or why we're going that way, but they're on the boat, they believe in the captain for whatever reason, and so that's the way they go. And so I reflect back and look upon my whole time as a leader as constant growth, where I've had rose-tinted glasses for years and not willing to actually deal with the stuff that needed dealing with. And I realise now that for as long as all the people in my team and everyone I meet outside of the business completely, I treat in exactly the same way. I help them find growth and significance because I've realised, gratefully at a younger age, that they are the 2 most important factors in your life. They're the 2 that you will say on your deathbed, I wish I learned more, I wish I gave more. And so every year that gets by, I realise everything I was told when I was younger is true. So in theory, on my deathbed, if I don't start doing those now, I will say those things. And I think that we need to redefine leadership in the future, and actually it is about leading and nurturing every single person to be a better person and to give more, and that will completely change and revolutionise what business is. So I'll leave you by thinking how you do anything is how you do everything. It is completely true. If you operate your life here, you can't suddenly jump up and operate there. And if you operate down there, you can only go up a little bit and down a little bit. So when it comes to the actions that we take now in our business, I understand fully the implications that they have for people. If I haven't explained it to them fully and I go and turn left, they might think I'm turning left because I hate them. I've heard all sorts of stuff over the years. You only actually get truth out of people when they quit. And that's a constant battle right now, to make sure that people give enough and care enough to share when the time's right, not when it's too late. So I'll leave you with that. My name is Daniel Lenko, and it's been a pleasure talking to you today. Thanks very much.